has on its agenda, including the question of trade. I think we have made it very clear, both in Brussels and certainly yesterday in our meetings with the Prime Minister, that we, as much as the ACEA as a body is very much interested and convinced of the value of free trade in a very unobstructed way, that we do find that the current two deals that are presently being looked at, the first one being in Japan, with Japan and the other one being with India, require very careful scrutiny to make sure that we gather as part of this process a truly zero for zero environment where reciprocity of access to markets is guaranteed, both in terms of tariffs and non-trade tariff barriers. And these are issues that require a lot more work than appears to have been done by the Commission today. We made it clear to the Commission when we were there 2 weeks ago, and we made it very clear to the Prime Minister last night that we think that the scoping exercise that has been carried out by the staff of the European Commission is incomplete and certainly partial and inadequate for the purposes of establishing a basis on which a free trade agreement can be finalized with Japan.
Yeah, I think that there was, the way as I understand that the Commission works is that there is a basic assumption that free trade agreements are something which ought to be done. There has to be an assumption that in a free trade arrangement, in a very short period of time, you will see the benefit of cross-flow of volumes happening in a significant way. We have now signed a free trade agreement with Korea, and we have seen since July 1 of last year, which is the first date of implementation of the reduction in the tariffs between Korea and Europe, a significant increase in the volumes of imported cars out of Korea into Europe. And we have not seen a corresponding increase out of Europe into Korea to match the flow. I find it hard to believe that a single manufacturer out of Korea can match the capabilities and the knowledge and the depth of experience that a collection of European manufacturers could achieve by entering the Korean market. It defies every law, logic, and economics that I know. So either we are all collectively stupid in Europe, or there is something going on which escapes me. I will much prefer to go find out what that process is before I go out there and do any more. Because these processes are fundamentally irreversible. Once you open the door to this process, once you institute a free trade agreement, you are effectively bound into a trading position. And we have just finished having a discussion with my colleagues here on the left about the requests that are being made of the Spanish government to incentivize local demand. We have issues of overcapacity in Europe, and we're willing to enter blindly into a very unclear set of arrangements, the benefits of which to the European automotive industry are highly questionable. So before we go out there and sell the farm, let's make sure that we clearly understand why we're doing it and what we're going to get back in exchange.